Hello.
Yo,
What's going on?
not much. Just
So you're a turd head or a shithead.
I guess I fit in with Silk's crew. I'm a
Yep.
shit.
Yep. I'm a heavy metal dork.
Heavy metal door. It kind of looks like Cotton Eye Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look at the video of that, the lead singer on that.
Okay. Hi, Chris. Hi, Malcolm. Hi, Diana. Hi, Sharon. So
Greetings.
today we have a show for you.
Yeah.
Hi, Heather.
Morning implicit word that I cannot say because everyone says I say it wrong. So it's
I'm a show. So I hope that enough people went in and voted on the thing. I'm going to let you handle the dealio there, and geez, we've been so daggone busy. You working on the anthology, me working on other coding and stuff, and so on. Hi, Audrey. That I haven't picked a prize or anything. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a few things to the whoever wins. So it will be a surprise thing. All I will need to know from whoever wins is what's your T-shirt size. So we can send you something for that. But there'll also be a couple other goodies, and it's just going to be a surprise, and you're not going to know what you're going to get until you get it. So
yeah, we can ask what your shirt size is. It's just when we get into underwear is when we get in trouble.
That's right. Yeah. And remember, you always put the potato in the front. So otherwise...
on your costume.
Valid. A valid point.
So yeah, I'm going to leave these open. Voting is still open until we say it's not. So I've got the tab open. I can look at it whenever we get to there.
There you have it. I got to say, hi, Paige. This is freaking hot. And I don't mean that in like a sensual way. God. Yeah. They don't make mini. Sorry, Malcolm. It's unfortunately.
See, now you don't miss your hair. It's just you forget how hot it is.
Exactly. I finally understand the whole man bun thing. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I shave my head.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I so am against the man bun that my genetics have made it to where it's impossible for me to grow one.
Exactly. It's like my dad said, because he was completely bald. I gave him a comb for Christmas as a joke, and he said, "Thanks, I'll never part with it." And you wonder where I get it.
That sounds like. Well, we'll get into those later.
Well, you said condom size, Malcolm, and such, and I believe it was Platoon F that had that. Let me see if I can find that real quick. The big ass bundle. Let me see if I can find that. All right. Every time I look down, let's see. No, hold on. Here we go. Yeah, it was the commercial, and I think I've read this before, but it was the commercial that I don't know. One of them was that they heard over something. Anyway, it goes like this: do you have problems keeping protection on your willy during lovemaking? Are standard size condoms just a bit too much for your particular situation? Well, worry no more, because Snug's brand condoms have finally arrived. For the first time in your life, you'll feel what other men feel: secure, covered, protected, and snug. Even smaller than small? Check out our Snugs Junior line. Even smaller than that? Try our new condom suspenders. We're here for you. We understand your situation, and we're constantly inventing new and exciting ways to help you smaller fellas feel up to snuff. So remember, for all your lovemaking needs, Snugs has you covered. Okay.
First time I saw like finger covers for, I don't know what they're used for, but I looked at it. I'm like, oh, I can't say anything about that because I'm in Asia. It's just too easy.
You're talking about the things for the stamps or for like
whatever it is, yeah, because it just roll
paper.
over your finger, but look exactly like a condom. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, stereotypes are true. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I always tell
Alex.
Chris. That's why I always say to Chris, don't worry about it, man. It might be small, but at least it's thin.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex.
People will always need toothpicks.
That's right. Wow. Okay, so it's 11:05, and I believe at 11:05 we talk headlines. So you're going to be doing the quick change, are you?
Yeah, my wife sells these things, so I'm going to be swapping hats out every once in a while.
All right. Well, if we're going to play that game, I guess I'll have to get out my goodies as well, although it takes me longer to do this. So, all right. So what's going on? What's
let's see. Yeah, we've finalized most of the stuff for the anthology, so that's going really good.
Whoops. Sorry about that. I accidentally, I guess, hit the mouse. Sorry. That wasn't supposed to happen.
It wasn't exciting, but I mean,
And that's all there is. Finish the anthology. Click.
So, yeah, we'll be getting that to you soon. What's going on your side?
If I should hit it again. Just the index doing great. Launching the new one. Actually, it's a good question because I haven't checked today to see how the pre-orders are going. Am I getting close to what I needed to get close to? Oh, it's doing much better. So yeah, I mean, we're heading in the right direction, which means great. Also, I've really been putting some serious thought to this crate thing and trying to think, about one thing that I think could actually push it over the top. I told you about it already, and that was to actually write that E-Index Rated X and only make it available as paperback in the crate. So It's one of those things where it's just like, if you want it, it's in the crate. But here's the problem. The problem is that it's one of those things where it would be in a particular crate. Hi, Kathleen. And so therefore, not everybody would get it unless you order it. And that particular crate is going to be a little more expensive because I don't want to write that book. However, I did have some pretty funny stuff that was running through my head when I was thinking about it. And I was like, well, could I write it this way? Could I write it that way? So it would still be comedy, but it would be, erotic comedy.
Yeah,
and
good. Imagine the money shot through the admiral's eye.
Yeah, I mean, it's all that kind of stuff. So it's just one of those things where it's like, But anyway, yeah. Oh, hi, Diane. I didn't see you come in there. Sorry about that. So anyhow, that's I guess it. Unless there's anything else you might have that you want to talk about.
No, more to announce probably after stuff gets, around this time next week, whenever we're having our interview and stuff like that. Before that,
well, I mean, we are going to be, that is one thing that we are going to be doing right next week. That's a headline is we're going to be talking to Rick Gualtieri from Bill the Vampire fame and such like that. Plus, we'll be discussing a little bit more, I guess, about the anthology since there's a part of that going on. So make sure that you guys are around for next week's show as well. So we'll have a special guest on for that one. All right. So I think that's it for headlines.
That's good. Let's see. What's that?
All right. This is not going to be easy.
Yeah, I've got like one more, then I'm gonna have to start going back. I'll probably just go back to the shithead after I run out.
I think I have one more too, and I'll probably just stick with whatever the fuck that is. But
here's the last headline is if you haven't picked this shirt up.
Or this one.
Yep. But this one's newer, so it's
but this one's cooler.
Yeah. You get money either way, so it doesn't really matter.
Actually, I barely.
Well, yeah, I've never checked any payment statement about merchandise ever because I just don't want to be disappointed.
Exactly. Hey, you know what? The way I see it is I have these shirts because they're comfortable and I like wearing them. So even if it's just I make a shirt and I buy it for myself, I'm okay with that.
Yep, I wore this around today. Nobody got it, but one person said at work when I showed him the design, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'd buy that." So if he doesn't buy it, I'll tell him he's a liar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put him in a book and kill him.
Yeah. Always that option.
All right. So I believe that we have some stuff to do here. But one of them, of course, is going to be just the absolute atrocious set of jokes that I'm sure everybody knows. And because, I mean, how many jokes can you find for Halloween, really? So let's go ahead and do the jokes. So, what is the most popular dating app for skeletons in 2020? Well, that would be the Bone Zone.
Oh no.
It didn't play. Did you hear it say, oh no?
I heard it.
Why don't I hear it?
Huh.
Really? Oh. Fucker. All right. Well, anyway, I don't hear it, so glad you do. All right. Let's see. I don't even want to.
Emirates. If I say your name wrong, sorry. Oh, and Kathleen, if I missed you.
How do skeletons make babies? They bone.
Oh no.
See, and I was expecting more than that. I thought surely that's not the punchline.
Now you know this one.
It's-
Why don't witches have babies? Because their husbands have crystal balls.
Oh no.
This is great. It's so gross. Some of these are fucking gross. oh. Okay, I'll read some of these, even though they are really, really gross. What did the vampire say to the teacher? See you next period.
Oh no.
That's so bad. What's unique about having sex with vampires? They only come at night.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Oh God, this is the nastiest thing. I shouldn't even do this one, but I'm gonna. What do vampires use to make tea?
I know this one.
Go ahead.
Tampons used. What do you think?
That's so gross. Oh God. Why do witches wear no panties? Why don't witches wear panties? Better grip on the broom.
Oh no.
Wow. Okay. Wow. That's just wow. Ew. And why can't ghosts have babies? Because they have Halloweenies.
Oh no.
Yeah. There's got to be more of this. I'm just thinking because it already comes to mind. Like, what's the most attractive part of a ghost? The boobies.
Oh no.
Yep, the boobies. Oh God. All right, I think we'll
We got Alex started. So yeah, go ahead and send your horrible Halloween jokes over in the comments. If any of them are especially groan worthy, maybe John will put them up on the screen.
I'm gonna hand you a.
Oh no.
I wish I could hear those. I can't hear them, so I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's weird. All right, cool. So actually, we're gonna do something a little bit fun. We have from Noah's book. Wait a minute, hold up. Yeah, I think we just did this one.
Oh no.
Oh, so bad. So bad. All right. So we're going to be reading from your book today, and we're going to be doing a little bit of, I guess, acting.
Almost like a radio thing, except for I guess it would be a video thing. We're in costume, but not in the right costumes.
Okay.
And, wow, this is one on each side.
Yeah. All right. So I will say that I guess we'll just call this the snippet of the week.
Yep. There we go.
All right. All righty then. So go ahead and set us up. What are we doing?
All right. So this is a chapter called Bonus Alternative Murderers. This is from the book version.
From what?
From Sometimes They Get Away, and That's Okay. A motivational guide to supernatural mayhem. Has a new cover, but I'm too cheap to buy it, so I've got the old one. But you guys should definitely buy it because it looks really good now.
Yeah. And if you can't support yourself.
Yeah. Oh, I bought like tons of copies of these when I was in the USA because shipping wouldn't kill me. And then I brought them back with me.
Right on.
Yeah. So I'll start us with the introduction here. And we'll have our voice actor be doing the funner voices. So, all right. So most of us are limited to the real world, but a few lucky folks can go beyond that. Going into dreams to kill is a big one, but there are also other options. Possessing a doll has been popular off and on, for example. Normally, that'd be more of a ghost or haunted house matter, but when the spirit is trapped in one body, it's still our jurisdiction, courtesy of the ruling in Slashers v. Ghosts. We sat down with representatives of both camps for short chats. First up is Arnold the Snooze Slasher.
Okay, hold up. I can't hear it, so.
Yeah, public domain horror-ish stuff.
Okay.
Right, so I'll cut out the us and them because we know it, but feel free to follow along in your copies. Hi, Arnold. Thanks for talking with us. Can you tell us what it's like being a dream killer?
Hello, talking nose.
Sorry?
No, you look like a giant nose with orange lips. Not your fault. It happens.
Oh, really?
Yep, that's something people forget. Reality changes all the time in dreams. You might not notice it, but I sure as hell do. Have you ever had a dream that lived up to reality? Sure, a sundae looks appetizing, but has no taste. You can use the toilet again, but there's no relief. And let's not even get into the naughtier side of things. Nothing compares to reality.
Interesting.
And now you look like a purple chicken.
So, what's the most satisfying part of your job?
I guess knowing that the people I kill die in real life, though I don't really have any proof of that. For all I know, it's all bullshit.
Well, that's depressing. What's the worst?
The rest, I guess. It gets lonely talking with figments of my imagination between kills. They only know what I know, so conversations get boring fast. And we always tie when playing Trivial Pursuit or Hangman. There's my victims, of course, but even when they're not screaming or begging for mercy, they rarely have anything interesting to say. Plus, I try to be all business when I'm working, so it's all bad puns and showing people the souls of their friends that I've already collected, yada, yada, yada. I guess I don't blame them for not wanting to chat.
Okay, well, thanks for the talk. It's time for us to wake up.
Or is it? I'm just kidding. You don't live on Pine Avenue, so you're safe.
All right, that was Arnold. Next up is Bobby the Living Doll.
Sorry, it's all I got, and I can't hear it, which really ruins it for me.
So again, public domain horror-ish movie stuff. Hi, Bobby. What's it like being a spirit trapped in a doll?
It's fun for a while, but eventually I become real, which sucks.
Really? How does that work?
It happens if I survive too long. Eventually, you end up becoming real as your soul merges with the body of something. We call it the Pinocchio effect.
What's so bad about that?
Well, think about it. As a doll, I don't hurt. I don't get tired. I just keep coming. Not like that. When I become real, the injuries I suffer along the way start hurting. Sure, I shrug off a couple of minutes in the microwave or a few seconds under the lawnmower at first because I'm a pro. It comes with the territory. But after a couple of days, it's all I can do just to bite someone's ankles.
You do look a bit rough, if we're honest.
No shit. Not to mention, I'm 1.5 feet tall. Do you know how hard it is to open a frickin' door? If my victim's house doesn't have a pet flap, I'm pretty much boned. This last time, the guy I'm stuck going after just caught me and kept me in the cat carrier until I changed. Then he just let me go. I didn't even expect us to be friends or anything. I mean, I've been hunting him for decades, but that was cruel. I knock on his door every day and try to get him to kill me, but he just laughs. If he's drunk, he pisses on my head.
We had no idea. Are there any good parts to being human?
What? You mean like bills and paternity suits? Nah, it sucks.
Not to be insensitive, but why not kill yourself?
I wish. I only come back if someone else kills me. Part of that satanic ritual I took part in. I used to be able to pick fights in bars and stuff, but everyone's caught on. Now they just cut off sensitive parts if I start anything. Say, you wouldn't want to help a fellow out, would you? I got a chainsaw and a vat of acid in the next room. It'll just take me a second to get everything set up.
We have to go. And there you have it. I'm going to stick with the shithead. Most comfortable.
It's like I was doing something naughty.
Yeah. Like, have you seen Basketball where he pulls out like the foot-long pube? It's
Anyway.
Oh, well, Chris is watching with his grandson, so that was probably fun for him. Chris, you're a horrible grandfather.
Oh.
I'm never-
Or
Oh no.
all right. Wants to know how can you do so many funny voices? Watching cartoons growing up and basically idolizing Mel Blanc. Was really kind of it. Also, just because I would mock the shit out of people. You wouldn't expect that from me, I know. But I would mock the shit out of people. So I would basically just, they would say stuff and I would use their voice and say it back in a mocking way. And that would piss people off. So there you go. That's pretty much it. So that's why you have like, Bugs Bunny. Yeah, what's up, Doc? That kind of crap. It's just used to it. Could not do Sylvester to save my life, though. That's just way out of my league. I don't know how he even does that.
That and like the cadence on Porky Pig and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't that hard for me. That kind of thing. And of course, Foghorn Leghorn. What was he say? He was the one who I heard that boy is about as sharp as a bowling ball. That kind of thing. I love that. And then I think trying to do all those kind of sounds and shit, just weird. And I could never do the Donald Duck sound because I just did too much of that. So it was like, but you can't understand it. Right. And he was never that way, but I just got that weird sound. So I don't know. Just do it.
Like Huey, Dewey, or Louie.
Yeah. Huey, Dewey, or Louie. I remember those guys. Yeah. So I don't know. Did a lot of them, and then of course Woody Woodpecker. I know it wasn't Woodpecker, but there was always that. And my favorite though was Wile E. Coyote, which I've used a lot. But when he spoke, obviously, But I mean, just Roadrunner in general, that cartoon was the best. But Sneep Neep, you have all that crap going on. But when he met with Bugs, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E. Coyote, and I'm a genius. It just has that pretentious shit, And so it has to be like an outlandish character sound. Otherwise, it just sounds like you. Yeah. So I don't know. That's it.
Used to be able to do Marvin the Martian, but then I stopped trying it, so it's gone now.
I'm trying to remember the voice.
It's like my PQ3 of Eliminator.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
He has this kind of a thing going on with him where everything is very in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's definitely fun. Anyhow, so I don't have a video thingy for the choosing who is going to win, but we'll save that anyway because we're going to talk about something different, and that is horror movies. So it's interesting because I have been trying I've been trying to find a horror movie that actually scares me. And here's the thing. I don't like things like Jason, Halloween, slasher movies, Saw, stuff like that. They don't scare me. I just find them stupid. So I never put it this way. Anything where it's the jump out at you, sure, you get startled, but it doesn't scare me. It just irritates me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because I'm just the whole time you're just waiting for that to come because that's the only trick they've got.
That's it, right? It's not really scary. It's like when I saw so what I always try to do is try to find something that is a psychological thriller that's actually fucking scary. And I have never found that. Never. And I mean, it's like, people are like, oh, watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm just like, it's not scary. It's just some dude cutting people up with a saw. I mean, sure, if it was really happening to you, it's scary. Otherwise, it's just gory. So I don't find gory as scary. I just find it as, I don't know. I don't like gore, I guess. And so whenever I see it, I just sit there and gonna go, nah, this is boring. And then I just move on to the next thing. So I like something that actually will sit there and make you you go to bed and you're like, I in the closet. You know what I mean?
When I was younger, I had it. I mean, like the one that stands out because I wasn't really allowed to watch horror was the old version of It, because I was around the age of the kids in that one. So Tim Curry freaked me out just on that one. So
yeah,
that one's probably about it.
Yeah, nothing. Honestly, plenty. So the movie They, actually, it's a good movie. Actually, Roddy Piper.
No, that's They Live, different.
Oh, is it okay? So what is They actually? Is it just monsters and stuff like that? But is it gore? I mean, I'll watch it. I don't care. But to me, it's like if it turns out just to be gore and slasher type things, I just sit there. I'll just turn it off because it's like that doesn't scare me. Or if it's something jumping out at you all the time, it's just like it doesn't scare me. It just makes you go ugh, like that. Because I mean, it's like somebody goes like this to you. Yeah, you're gonna go like this. I mean, and then they go, oh, gotcha. It's like, oh, it's a fucking natural reaction. So I don't. Yeah.
But those are ones like the John Carpenter ones. Sometimes even if they're not that scary, they're still fun movies to watch. I mean, They Live. I liked Vampires before James Woods became a nutbag, and and a bunch of his. John Carpenter did a lot of horror action.
Yeah, They Live. I liked it. Yeah, I like that. That's with Roddy Piper, right? I like that movie. I thought it was actually it was campy,
right?
But it wasn't scary.
Well, yeah, because I didn't expect scary, but it had enough of it to where. See, that's the deal. I don't like pure horror because yeah, it just doesn't do much for me. It's got to be horror, action horror, or comedy horror. It's got to be some kind of mix of stuff.
Right. I totally agree. Like, for example, Paige just mentioned Jaws. Okay. Jaws did, in fact, scare me because of the reality of it. I know it's not real that one shark chases a family all over the world because there's no, it's like Richard Jenny, unfortunately, he died, committed suicide, but Richard Jenny actually said it perfectly. He's a comedian. He said, you know, Jaws was great for the first one. He says it was a little dumb. He says, because, you know, the shark is just pissed off at these people on the boat, and everything else. But then he only starts eating the Brodies. And so he's eating the Brodies. It's like there are plenty of perfectly tasty other people in the ocean, but for whatever reason, he's just eating the Brodies. But the fact of the matter is yeah, it kept me from going into the ocean. I won't go into the ocean. You know, it's just like, nope. And I used to go into the ocean all the time, but I saw Jaws. That was it. So that kind of a scare is different than what I mean. You know, for example, I wouldn't be afraid to go to a farm just because, you know, some guy runs around with a chainsaw killing people. Now, if it were that farm, yeah, but just going to a farm in general, you know, I'm not going to do that. So
yeah, a movie. I mean, that kind of setting, what's going to scare me more is a movie like Deliverance. In that case, yeah, I'm not going to that fucking farm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It depends how much you've had to drink. Like, so Sharon mentions The Fog. Now, again, it was okay. I wasn't like, I guess for me, it's the ghost type movies. I've only seen a couple that are done well. Those types of movies, I don't believe in ghosts, but it's like those types of movies, they make you go like this, you know, they make you, what was that? Did you hear that? You know, in the middle of the night, you know, you crack your eye open and then you have the blanket just a little higher than normal. Like that's going to protect you. But, so stuff like that will more get me. For example, there was, I can't remember the name of it, but there was this ghost documentary. It was, you know, it was bullshit, obviously, but not the Blair Witch Project. To me, the only scary thing about that was, you know, seeing snot coming from her nose all the time. But the one, shit, I can't remember it. It was like some paranormal something, whatever.
Activity?
Maybe. And also I remember with the bedroom and the blanket getting ripped off. That was cool because I know that it was all acting. I know that it was bullshit. But the thing is that the way that they did it and the fact that the person was in the bed and you would just see the blanket just kind of pull a little bit. And then the person was kind of like roll over like that, because I'm going, okay, I know this isn't real, but still that was kind of creepy. And then every night it gets a little worse. And then finally, woof, ripped the blanket right off. And I was just like, okay, that would freak me out, you know, if the blanket got ripped off in the middle of the night. So then, of course, you know, you go to bed and you have the blanket, you go like this, stay on me, baby, stay on me. But then when, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but then it went further. And when it went further, that was fucking freaky. And I was just like, you know, it didn't scare me, but it was like, yes, finally something that's actually, you know, got me a little bit. Ugh. Unfortunately, the rest of the movie, it was just so campy at times that you were just like, oh, come on, you're making it so, it had such potential and you just went too far. And it just kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah, I don't really look for scares, I guess, for my, whatever you want to call it, my catharsis, but I do like the mixtures. Like there's some of them that do a good mixture, even if it's the jump ones, like Evil Dead 2 is one of my favorite ones because it starts out scary. And then by the time you're like, okay, I'm used to this, then they start throwing in, you know, it or not, whatever, or thing. Basically, you know, his hand running around and, you know, slapping him and stuff. So, I mean, some movies like that where it's not so funny that it's campy or anything else like that, but the horror also doesn't go nuts.
Right.
So, and it's kind of hard to find movies like that.
Yeah, it is. So there was a movie called that we just saw recently, The Possession of,
Was it Emily Rose?
something like that. It was an older woman though. No, Emily Rose was the kid, right? No, it was an older woman. Shit. Anyway, I don't remember who it was. But anyway, if I could find it, I'll tell you if I can find it. Was it in here somewhere? Anyway, the movie itself was kind of, and then it got really bad. I mean, oh my God. But there was one scene where the one girl was washing the hands of the older woman, and the look that older woman was giving her was of such pure hate. I have never seen a look like that, and I would if I saw somebody looking at me that way, I'd shit myself. It scared. It was scary, and yet at the same time, I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so freaked out. It wasn't that. It was impressed. I was so impressed with that look. I was like, holy shit. How can anybody give a look that convincing of hate? It freaked me out a little bit. If I can find that, the picture would be, that'd be cool. No, it's not Hannah Grace. The Conjuring was actually all right. That was okay. Wasn't bad.
Trying to think the Tom Savini. Was Tom Savini The Howling or which one? Because I know he did a bunch of earlier horror movies, or American Werewolf in London. Someone will tell me. Paige, you can tell me which Tom Savini movies I should have seen. Because again, those were like the first American Werewolf in London was scarier, and then they did the second one, and it was action movie when they went to France, and like they can't stick with it. They always have to, I don't know, add action or something, because they just can't sustain the scare or the premise over more than one movie. Like how Final Destination 100 or something is out.
Yeah, it's like what's going to happen, and again, I get it. I get that it's bringing in kind of the real life, so therefore it's scary, because could something like this actually happen? That kind of crap, right? But I don't know. I guess for me, it's too. It's so real that it's kind of like it doesn't elicit any imagination to me, I guess. And for me, imagination is far more terrifying than seeing something legit. Now, don't get me wrong. If I saw it right in front of my face, or if it was happening to me, sure. But, I'm just saying, as far as like, while watching a movie, just, seeing something like Poltergeist. Poltergeist was kind of cool. And I mean, Spielberg is, of course, good at stuff like that. But it's like, it was kind of cool because it was, the shadows just off to the side, or the sound, or whatever. It's almost those types of things that engage the imagination that cause most of the actual fear, as opposed to just, oh, that's disgusting, and oh, crap, oh, gross.
Murder porn and everything else. It's not getting your brain going onto it.
And that's just
good one where Paige talks about Creep Show. That one actually, like the Leslie Nielsen segment, that one kind of freaked me out.
Okay. Now, again, are we talking a lot of gore, or are we talking?
Have you not seen Creep Show?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Yeah, there's a segment that has Leslie Nielsen is the bad guy, and oh God, what's his name from Cheers is the good guy, but it's not gory. It's I can't spoil it because you might actually like it.
All right, I'll check it out.
So
that was 1982.
in particular.
Yeah. Hal Holbrook. Okay. And that was Stephen King. Okay.
The one jump scare that it didn't scare me, but I appreciated it was Freddy versus Jason, where Freddy's about to kill someone in a nightmare, and then in the real world, Jason kills him right before, and Freddy gets splattered with blood. And he's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" Because it's like he just stole it right from under. He's like,
My bad.
I liked that. That made me laugh.
Yeah,
Ted Danson from Cheers. Yeah.
So speaking of Jason, there's actually a neighbor of ours. Well, it's like a couple blocks down, but anyway, who has a full life Jason standing on their porch with a knife, and the eyes follow you when you walk by. It's fucking creepy. So you're walking by, and it's just like, it just feels like that, it's not, it's one of those painting things, but it's just like, so when we walk by, we just look the other way. But yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, so what do you think was your, wait a minute. So we actually watched The Others just a couple of days ago, because that's one of Laura Lee's favorites. She likes that movie, The Others. I don't know if you've seen that. But it's actually pretty good. It's got an interesting twist at the end of it and such. Obviously, I won't give that away, but I wouldn't say it was scary. I didn't find it scary, but it was kind of a M. Night Shyamalan type, thing. I guess you could say.
Maybe I did see that. Is that the Nicole Kidman one, or is that a different one? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I did that one. It didn't scare me, but I didn't see it coming.
Right. I didn't see it coming either. It was like, okay, that was cool. I mean, we've seen the movie before, so I knew, but it was one of those things where it was like, it was still a cool idea. It's like watching The Sixth Sense for the second time is kind of like, gee, I wonder what's going to happen. As I was saying earlier, it's like, maybe in another 20 years we could do that, watch it every day, so we wouldn't know.
Movies now that happen whenever I get Alzheimer's, I'll just watch all those and it'll surprise me every time.
Exactly.
Like, oh, he was the victim, or oh, who are you? Where's my grandchild? And then it'll get sad, but for a minute it'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, you'll get sad, but then a minute later it'll go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that was a fun discussion.
Yeah, just for Halloween, why not?
It's just for Halloween. Okay, so do we have? Oh, if anybody has any questions or anything about the anthology or any books or whatever, ask your questions.
And we got the cover that I sent you if you want to show it. While I look through the entries we've got here.
I don't know if I can show it.
If not, I'll post it later.
Well, hold on. I'll see if I can do it. Okay, let's see. Is this the right one? No, you changed it. There it is. All right, let's see if I can save to downloads. I don't know if that's saved or not. Yeah, I got this new Messenger app that they forced on me pretty much, and it kind of blows. So let me see if I can upload this as a background. It might look like crap, but let me see if I can do it. Just a second here. All right, let's see if it actually works. And then I'll have to take us out. I don't think this is going to work, but let me try it. No, it's not going to work. So, I mean, well, you can see sort of it. Let me remove this stuff and us. You can't see the whole thing. You can just kind of see the general idea.
Does the Shingles books.
Couldn't hear you.
Oh. John Luther Davis that does the Shingles books, I did that art, and I think it's pretty cool. That was just the idea I had of them as a pie fight. So, and I dig the art, so I'm happy whether anyone else likes it or not.
Who cares?
It's just the last month of my life. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. What's the problem? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Let me take a look at us real quick. Yeah, there's not going to be enough room. All right. So what I'll do is while you're doing that, I'm going to create a quick image of this. And I'll just set it there. Okay, so this way it will show up in there, but give me 1 second. Okay, Halloween. I gotta set it as a JPEG or as a PNG file. Isn't this professional, ladies and gentlemen? We're doing this live.
Yeah. I'm looking through entries at the moment. There's a couple of decent ones that we might have to discuss. Although, Amaret, yours gives me a different feeling than I think I'm supposed to have. So, yeah.
Uh-oh. What did I do with it? Whoops. Shit.
Leslie Watts, yours is interesting. I like yours. As far as a short list here of people that kind of went out.
Yeah, you should be looking at the votes too.
Yeah, I seeing 2 for 1.
Here it is.
Okay, Audrey got 3 votes.
All right, I just uploaded this. I'm going to hide us away from this. So I'm not going to be able to hear you for a second. Hold on. All right. Hey, look at that. There. It's in between us.
Yeah,
That works.
that's
I
fine.
didn't know we could do that. Oh, that's kind of cool. So, yeah. So if anybody has any comments on this thing,
Yeah, if they're negative, I'm not paying to have it redone. So, keep that in mind. But if they're positive, yeah, I'd love to hear them.
exactly. Chris has been positive. There you go. Love the cover, Noah. So
The page says you as Silvers. So are you're being Shane Silvers? Malcolm as Van Helsing has 5 votes. And that might be the most. Oh, no. Michelle as I'm not going to guess. But Michelle has 7 votes.
7 votes. Okay. Well, then.
Gives her
Well, hold on. Since I know how to do this now, I have to go grab that picture of Michelle. Does that mean Michelle wins?
If we're going by votes, I guess so.
Okay. Well, we're going by votes. So congratulations, Michelle. You win.
Yours is intricate and has stuff going on with it. Not that other ones were bad, but I guess you just didn't play politics the right way. You didn't grease the right wheels.
Right. All right. And while that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and put Michelle's picture in between us as the winner of this event. So 1 second.
Queen of Hearts. Okay, I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't really, because I don't really like Alice in Wonderland, so I figured it was kind of that, but I haven't really watched it. I've been
PNG. All right. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay, I am uploading it now. Just a minute. What the fuck? Where did I put it? That's weird. Hold on. Oh.
Yeah, while you're waiting for that, you get to look at the book cover. So that just came in today. You can see a lot of really famous people on it.
Especially that John P. Lawson guy.
Yep. Who is not the last name. John Hartness is. So he's climbing the ladder. There we go.
There we go.
Queen of Hearts. Winner of contests.
Winner of contests. Exactly. I think you have more PPD stuff than I have at this point. So at this point, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to send you. There's nothing left.
Send you a shit hat, but the shipping is going to be a little much.
A little much.
Yeah.
So congratulations on the win. Yay.
Yep. Good job to everyone who entered. Thanks for everyone that voted. Glad we got some votes in.
And
Tell
she's
me,
probably,
what is John wearing? It's not that kind of chat, Benna.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
So Fill me in. What is John wearing? Well, you missed it. So I was wearing like heavy metal nerd stuff. Noah's had like 18 hats on, and so on. And now I don't know. I guess this is Rastafarian or something. I have no idea what the hell this thing is. It's just,
Yeah, it just looks like my cousin whenever he's going outside to look to score something.
There you go. So that's what I'm planning to do, is go outside and score something. So
yeah,
that works out. So let's say, I don't know, go with in other news.
There we go. Since Benna missed it.
Now I'm a golf guy.
And I'm just a giant pussy.
Exactly.
You are what you eat.
Yeah. All righty. Cool deal. So in other news, I have none. I just wanted to change my hat. It was getting hot.
In other news, we've announced our thing, and we have other stuff that'll be happening at some point. I don't know.
That's right. There are other things that will occur. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say something here, as in other news. I don't know. Did I already say it? I don't. I've been so freaking burned out on everything. I have no idea. But I think I did say it. Did I already mention the crate?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did I mention the E-index thing? Yeah, and you and I talked about it.
Yep.
The rated X version. Yeah, well, I was going to say, is I actually have a plot in mind and everything else. And it's just like going to be difficult, as I always say, to type it out with one hand, but it's a short story. And then getting the vanity book made, the only way it would be sold would be via a crate, would be the idea. If I do it at all, which I'm still not sold on. But, and it wouldn't be a cheap crate. So it's one of those things where it's like, it's yeah. So anyway, but it's still something that I'm considering doing, because I think it would be funny. And I also think it would be, I think there's demand for it. And so I kind of want to do it just because I know people are like, oh, I really want to read this or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. So it makes you feel, what's that?
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah. But at the same time, like I was saying, yeah, okay, so it's erotica, but it would also be comedic. Right. So that kind of helps. If it's just pure erotica, no, I'm not doing it. So if that's what people want, then no, I'm not going to do it. It's gross to me. So not doing that. But if it's a mixture, then, it's kind of like what we were saying. If it's just horror where it's just people getting cut up with chainsaws, but if it's funny,
yeah, you have to pick whatever vantage point and everything else, because if it's just the Admiral, it's like, it was light, it was dark, it was light, it was dark. I got sick.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the view. Yeah, exactly. So it's that kind of stuff where it's like, it's got to be, it's got to have that same general feel, the comedy to it and everything else. So anyway, what are you doing for Halloween? Anything? We're basically shutting our house off and locking down the thing. We don't want anybody I'm not gonna.
It's about 11 p.m. here, so they did something in our neighborhood for the kids yesterday, because we're in a gated community, and trick-or-treating isn't really a thing here, though it's kind of starting to a little bit.
Right.
So I went out and bought Snickers just in case, so I'm good.
Well, so do we, but we're not giving them away.
Right. I kind of figured we wouldn't have trick-or-treaters, so either way I was covered.
Yeah, Laura and I'll just dress up and say trick-or-treat to each other. This is something you don't want to think about for very long. Oh, geez.
Might make it into the index rated X.
Exactly.
The infamous Snickers scene.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Where's the candy bar? I thought you ate it. Oh, no, here it is. What did I eat?
Tastes the same. So next week, we're going to be talking with Rick Gualtieri. and we'll be going over the various stuff that he's working on and so on. So that's pretty cool. And then in a couple of weeks after that, we'll be talking to Rami Vance from the Gone God world. And then on December 5th, I want to say, is Nasri Noor. And then it'll be, we'll see how those things go. If we're getting a decent turnout and such on these shows and everything is going well with the shows, then we'll keep them going. If you guys are having fun, it's fun for us, so we're enjoying it. So if you guys want us to keep going, keep showing up and we'll be here. Otherwise, don't show up, and that'll tell us what's going on. If nobody arrives and it's just me and you talking, well then bye.
Yeah.
But we enjoy doing the show. They're fun. It's nice to just kind of be able to interact with folks for once a week and so on and all that. So I'm running out of shit to say right now.
Yep. That's coming up next couple of weeks. Well, the week after next, the anthology will be out, so maybe we'll talk about that a little bit. But other than that, I don't really have anything to add. I'm gonna find the next thing to work on and be editing or going through Tokyo Kaiju again. Try and catch some of these things before they become headaches and what the hell does this mean kind of comments. Because I'm really good at those.
Yeah. We also, I guess that's one thing. We did get we have all of the index covers redone. They're very much the same as what they are today. It's just that the backgrounds are brighter. There's a little bit more cohesion to them, a little less flashy magic all over the place so that things are brighter. It kind of fits more today. We have the same done for Southeast Asia. And Seattle has been redone, and Seattle's actually been redone a little bit differently. They're darker in how they're done. They look pretty cool. And Eric is flying through that last book. So, I did, I don't know, like 10 chapters or something yesterday of going through the edits. We're not turning it out to anybody yet because we keep jumping back early into chapters and changing stuff like that. So, don't want to do that until we're pretty confident that it's solidified at the top there. And then Audrey has done the updated cover for New York, just the first one, and I've sent that over to Ben, but I don't know if he's seen it or not. But I'm waiting to hear his response to that, and if he's fine with that, then those will get finished. So basically just running through all of the PPD stuff and updating them all to make them, more today feel. I'm not going to do it with all of them. We're not going to mess with Shadow PPD and Sinister staying the way it is. It's fine as is. But it was Sinister that kind of got us the thought of, hey, we should probably update these other ones as well. But they're not all going to look like Sinister. Those covers are super expensive, so we're not doing that. But they are, they are better. They're clearer, cleaner, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, you guys know that I'm doing the same thing with the Ononican. Oh, news! I do have news. That reminds me.
Other news, in fact.
Other news. Actually, I have a thing for that. I didn't play it. Did I play that? I'm getting old as shit. All right. Here is the other news. So as you guys know, I was a game developer, game producer, all that shit for a while, right? And I talked about this a little bit before, but I've actually been mucking around because I've been doing a lot of coding for reader links. After finishing last index book, I've told you that I'm pretty burned out on writing right now. And I wanted to immediately start into Platoon F writing, but I just can't write at the moment. I'm just way too burned out. I mean, I can. It's not like I have writer's block. It's just when I sit down to do it, I don't have the mental energy to write at this point. I've written way too many books this year. And so I don't want the book to reflect that. Plus, with all the shit that's going on in the world right now, which I'm not going to get into, obviously, because we don't talk about those things, but it's just mentally draining. So have a very negative outlook on a lot of things. And so when I sit down to try to write comedy, it comes across more as angry comedy than anything else. And so I don't want to do that. Especially not with something like Platoon F, where it's, you know, a lot more lighthearted. So I've told myself I'm not doing any writing until at least the middle of November, which puts me behind schedule, but tough shit. Or maybe even wait until the 1st of December before I start actually writing again, because I got to get out of that, you know, that mental funk in order to do that. So I've been trying to think, well, you know, what are some other things? Like for one thing, I'm getting back into doing some music stuff and everything else to try to just do something different. Still doing the business of writing where I'm advertising and doing all that shit, but I'm not actually writing at this point. So one of the things that I've been working on is there's a system called Game Maker, which is really cool. And I've been looking at the different tutorials for it, and then trying to, pick up basic information on how to use the actual system. And it gave me an idea, and it's a silly, stupid idea, but I don't care. It could be kind of fun. And I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. And the idea is simply this. Captain Har is on the Reluctant, and everybody else is not at their stations. So they're all somewhere else in the ship. And he just has to walk around, find out where they are, talk to them, and then they blink and go to their stations. That's it. Stupid as shit. No reason, nothing like, incredible or anything else. You just have to find each one of them, and then you tell them to go to the bridge, and then they're like, okay. And then they just go blink and they go to the bridge. And then you have to walk back to the bridge. You get back to the bridge and you win. That's it. But I just want to do something, and I figure it could be fun. So
I've already got the title. Instead of Fetch Quest, you call it Felch Quest.
And it's just like, so I was just thinking it would be fun. Plus it's something to do. It's also, if I can figure out how to make that work and it works cool and it looks decent, then, well, okay, what could I do that's a little deeper than that? Something for Ononakin where they have to go on a quest or something like that. And so Wizfiddle and Gungren head off on some quest and they have to do all this kind of stuff. And I think those things could be really, really fun. So I'm going to try it and we'll see what happens. But before you guys get, too excited, this isn't like I'm going to be making this for mobile devices and everything else, right? I mean, because that's just a huge pain in the ass. There's no way I'm doing that. But the current goal is just make it a web thing, where you go on your computer and go do the thing and have fun with it and so on. I'm assuming I can make that work on mobile. I guess there'd have to be a button that you press or some shit. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. And again, just for fun to see if I can do it. So my plan is to start mapping out the idea of that today and see if I can't do it.
So you get a little fun interactive side quest.
Yeah, exactly. It could just be something fun. Yeah. And, maybe even make it so, we're at contest happy right now. If you finish the quest, it'll give you a specific code, and then you have to, email that code to a certain spot, which immediately gets you entered into the next contest for next week or whatever it is, or, 2 weeks from now. I don't know, whenever I finish the damn game, if I ever finish the damn game. And so that way, how many people are playing the game, could be cool. I don't know. All right. That's all I've got.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Except for you guys got daylight savings time, right? So that means it's going to be an hour later next week for me because we don't do daylight savings.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb.
I mean,
well, I mean, it's from like before there was. It's just dumb. I mean, come on. It's how far do you have to evolve before you realize we don't need shit like that? You know what I mean? I mean, come on. But whatever.
Yeah. Helps pass the moments between birth and death. Setting back your clock, that kills a couple minutes, and then
wow,
only 40 more years of this shit.
Wow, that's pretty.
Let's end on a happy note on Halloween.
That's pretty sad. Wow. That's
Okay. Well, while we're doing that, I was gonna wear this because what I'd used for those little fun Bert things, but I can't breathe in this thing and it doesn't work with headphones. But this was the first idea I had of what Bert kind of looked like. So though he's more suave on the book covers, but I thought I'd pull this out just for fun.
Well,
so,
just go. That's cool. So we're gonna go. And such thanks to everybody, and thanks for bringing all of your costumes and stuff like that. And thanks
or whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, be safe out there. And Michelle, you don't have to send me your information. I think I know your address better than I know mine at this point. So I think what we'll do is leave you with I guess this.
Girls hate hairy balls.
Bye.